ball controlled by Abayomi on that occasion. But yet again, he was in vain. That was a rather high boot of Sunday Alimi.
Now Shooting Stars. Cross comes in, it's a first goal! Afolabi Wahid has opened Shooting Stars season goals. Shooting Stars defense had no answer to the forays of Shooting Stars, but this time, even with so many red-shirted players in that box, they couldn't just stop Shooting Stars. Afolabi Wahid from getting the ball into the net. And the first goal of the season for Shooting Stars.
Coach Koko Uwa will be very livid with the central defenders like Anthony Agbaji and Goza Uyoliam. They just sat there and were game watching. They allowed Afolabi Wahid to steal in between them and leap in front of them to tip the ball past an on-rushing John Lawrence. But what were they doing? Was superb pull-out. This one happened to me by Chidi Akpeno and well finished by Afolabi Wahid. Shows how hungry.
With 65 minutes of action here, Shooting Stars still lead 1-0. Substitution.
Yet again, and coming in Sunday Fale here. Sunday will have to play the remaining few minutes. And Ebetimi Agogo is the player that is coming out. This diminutive player has been able to contribute his bit, has good ball handling abilities, and has an eye to send in sensitive passes. But we've seen his performance here today and taking his place to the Sunday Fale here.
An interesting way it came from Free Stars of Lagos. Another non-league side, a second goal. Oh, what a defensive blunder for Shooting Stars. For Lobby Stars, I should say. It's our Stars.
Sunday Falaya had the Midas touch, he touched the ball and he turned to goal. The Sports Tonight on Channels Television. Our attention now shifts to match day 5 of the Nigeria Professional Football League. I want to hear from fans of the NPFL. What are you expecting from match day 5? Can Plateau United stay unbeaten? Will Aqua United win their first game of the season? Can Shooting Stars consolidate on the victory? MFM against Kano Pillars. Lagos football fans, what are you expecting? Alfred, is going to be a busy action-packed Sunday for us. Fixtures right there. MFM will play Kano Pillars. ABS will take on Shooting Stars. That one also, you cannot predict where it will go. Rivers United will take on Lobby Stars. You just mentioned that Lobby Stars, they've not been traveling well. Wiki Torres, Ifeanyi and Uba. Match day 5 of the Nigeria Professional Football League. Right before us on Sunday, the games will be played. We're expecting an action-packed weekend. So that's it. Rangers will take on Niger Tornadoes. Katsina United will play Aqua United. Remo Stars will play El Kanemi. Imba will take on Nasra United. I've looked at the fixtures. Plateau United will take on Abia Warriors. Interesting tie. Gombe United will play Sunshine Stars. We on this show, we love upsets. Alfred, where can we get an away victory?
Upset for you will depend on which team you really follow. The way it is, the last round of games, that's talking about match day 4. So many draws in that one. No away win. But that does not take anything away from the fact. I mean, it's becoming more competitive. Whether you say I'll get an away win, I know one result that you're looking forward to. Aqua United Katsina.
I don't know.
I'm sorry to disappoint you. That game, Katsina. One interesting thing about Katsina, the last round of game, they held El Kanemi till about the last kick of the game. I was following the proceedings of that game on Twitter, and not many teams have been able to manage that. In Meduguri, not many teams. So for Katsina United to have lasted that long just shows you something. They are new in the league, as it were, but they are not new campaigners given the pedigree they've had in time past. So that's one team against Aqua. Okay. I don't think Aqua is going to get something. For Rangers International against Niger Tornadoes, you know that Rangers started their campaign with a loss at home, and since that loss, they've gone 3 games without losing. Two of those games away. Two of those games they didn't lose in Aqua. And of course, when they...
But just one win, 2 draws, and...
2 away draws. I mean, if you don't win on the road, I mean, the one that happened, let's believe that the one that happened, the first game was an accident. An accident against Abia Warriors, and they since recovered. And I think it's all looking good for them. For 3SC, ABS in Ilorin, ABS have shown that they have, I think in Aloy Chukwemeka, who is managing that team, a level of organization about them, the way they've gone about their business. I recall that they're one of the teams who have picked points on the road. They picked a point when they played Niger Tornadoes in I think March 2. They picked a point on the road, and their last game against their last game they lost away, and hopefully they want to get those points back at home. The 3SC, given the proximity, I see a situation where fans from Ibadan will flood Ilorin to see that game. So it's going to be a tight one.
Agree. So you're saying that Coach Abdul Maikaba will wait some more time with Aqua United before getting his first win. But let's also talk about Remo Stars. What's it about the team? 4 games, 3 defeats and just one victory. You think just coming into the league is affecting them? I
think it's exactly so. I mean, you don't expect them to hit the ground running as it were. We know that a lot of people, when you ask, especially for fans around the Southwest, I say we don't want Remo's case to be like that of Ikorodu United. I mean, these guys, I saw them play against Plateau United in Shagamu. They are not a bad side per se, but you know that you need to get the skill to the experience. Plateau United practically muzzled them to get that win against them at home, and since then, in their captain Mbama, yes, he's a player. He scored 3 games on the bounce, so 3 first games he got goals. In that game, that team celebrating, got the winner against Abia Warriors.
That's right.
Scored against Plateau United. The game that brought them level 4, Plateau got the winner. And the away game too, he also scored, I think, against Gabon United. Yeah. He also scored a goal. He scored 3 goals, and this is somebody that's new in the system. So, but
that goal meant so much to Coach Unduka Ogbade, and he's saying, Alfred is saying, he knows he has quality in this team, but he doesn't just understand why they are not winning, and that if the management are not so comfortable with it, then it's about time for him to step aside for someone else.
I think he's allowing pressure to get to him.
Oh,
I mean, these guys are new in a lot of them don't have this Premier League experience. They need to grow into this. If you ask me, I'll say it's too early to put the kind of pressure they're putting on that team. This is just 4 games. We have, like, for God's sake, we have over 32, 33 more games to go in the season. So just give the guys a break. I think they need to grow into the league and give them the opportunity to show what they can do.
MFM, that team, I don't know, but there's so much love for that team in Lagos, and they, in a way, managed to stay in the Nigeria Professional Football League. They'll be taking on Kano Pillars. Pictures from last season's game. Alfred, I remember the stadium filled up. Every fan came out there, saw good football. I'm going to see the same thing on Sunday.
This was the night game against Kano Pillars last season. That game ended in a draw. But I think the MFM this season, they look a better side than they were last season. But the guys have grown in their own. Of course, in
Ode. Maturing.
Yes, in Ode. The pair of Ode, Sikiru Olatubosu and Adegbo Ega, I saw this threesome that when they come at you, it will take the grace of God for you to survive. How many goals? In 2 games at home, they scored the first 3-0. The next game, they scored 4 goals at home.
After going away to get 4 too.
Well, you can say sometimes travel just has the way of putting pressure on them, but this team has a lot of goals in them, and they almost left Ibadan midweek with all 3 points.
Shooting Stars to the last minute. You know, I think Coach Ilechukwu is doing so well with this team.
No, this MFM team is a far better team. If you think you can come to Lagos, and get points off this MFM side, you have to think again, because they are more matured now. They know what they want now.
Look at that finish right there. So that's it. MFM will take on Kano Pillars. Alfred, I want you to make a prediction for that game.
MFM Kano Pillars, straight win for MFM.
3-2.
Straight win. I said straight win.
No, I need a scoreline.
You need a scoreline?
I need a scoreline.
2-0.
2-0 for MFM. Alfred Okeligwe on live TV said MFM will beat Kano Pillars by 2-0. We want to hear from you also, Lagos football fans. MFM taking on Kano Pillars. Where will it go? Let's hear from you on Twitter, our channels, _sports, Facebook channels, IFU Sports. So let's get on with the show now. Talk about the 2017 African Cup of Nations. Again, no Super Eagles of Nigeria, but we're seeing the best of football. I've called it AFCON of surprises. Alfred, what has it been for you?
For me, I think it's a competition that more we could have gotten more from it. The pitch not helping play, but we've seen some fantastic passage of play in this tournament.
Tunisia does it like the pitch is pure. The way they move the ball.
The resurgence of the North African teams is something I think it's Tunisia. How many times have Tunisia, Egypt, Morocco progressed from the group stage of competition? So for them, I think it's evenly balanced now between West Africa and North Africa. These teams, some say like for the Egyptian team, Mohamed Salah didn't come to the party, but he just showed you a glimpse of what he can do. When Egypt played Ghana, he got the only goal of that match. The Egyptians just showed that they've got skill in them. It's not by error. You know, they beat this Ghanaian team. In fact, if there's any country that would deny Ghana from making it to the World Cup in 2018, it is Egypt. It's Egypt because they have the better of Ghana, and Ghana is not finding it comfortable. And for the Ghanaian team, I think they will feel the absence of Asamoah Gyan. I mean, his absence in that team will cost them.
That goal that Mohamed Salah scored, oh my goodness. Let's run through the quarterfinal fixtures. 2017 Africa Cup of Nations on Saturday. Burkina Faso will take on Tunisia. Senegal, they are showing some good quality at this competition. Let's see if they can continue that way when they take on the indomitable Lions of Cameroon. That's one cracker of a game right there. Congo DR will take on Ghana. Very tricky. The Ghanaians, they need to be watchful when they play that game. And look at this. They will be hoping that this didn't happen. The North Africans will have been saying, oh, they've given us another team so that let's see the possibility of both teams, advancing. But Egypt will take on Morocco. Let's talk about that game between Senegal and Cameroon.
I mean, Senegal are like they've been installed as a champion select. A lot of people feel that they have enough in them to win this tournament. But Cameroon are Cameroon. You can't wish them away. I mean, if you think you can think and just ride over them, yes, their football may be struggling for now, but in this competition, but of the fact that a lot of their star players pulled out of this competition, they've been able to put things together, got the result that they needed to progress. Though, albeit you can say lucky against Gabon when that goalkeeper had to make that last-minute save. Because with that, had that goal gone in, Gabon would have been the one of the cards here, not Cameroon. But this Cameroonians can take nothing away from them. Against Senegal is going to be a big fight.
Big fight indeed, Alfred, because this Senegalese team they made about 8 changes and then they still got the result against Algeria, the fancied Algerian team. So I think at this competition, everyone has come out to give his best, particularly those teams that are competing in the qualifiers for the World Cup. The Super Eagles, Ganotro and his technical crew, they should watch this Cameroonian team closely. There's something about them, they are resilient.
Fighting for each other, and I read somewhere some saying that it will be a big struggle because of the robust nature of the Cameroonian game. That it will be a big struggle for us. But I think we have enough guy to find a way around this because yes, the attack was usually heavy. So it's for us. I think we have enough guy to if we meet them. But it's still far off. So many things would have happened before then. The Cameroonian team against Senegal, it's going to be a big fight. I can't possibly say who is going to win that, but I give the Cameroonians maybe a fighting chance of progressing this one.
Okay, we'll wait and see. And Morocco, they have been tipped as a dark horse of this competition, and Alfred, they have shown it time and time again that you don't push a team that is led by Coach Hervé Renard.
Hervé Renard with his white shirt has maybe
he keeps changing countries, but not that shirt.
No, the shirt just maybe it's the new white witch doctor. Well, that was the name that was given to Philippe Trousset way back. Oh my God, he's won it with Zambia, moved over to Cote d'Ivoire, won it again. And when it all started for this Moroccan team, people didn't give him a chance that much. But we saw what he did that game against Cote d'Ivoire. Masterclass performance by fighting Moroccan team. And so I'm sure people will be looking at that Perhaps this coach just knows how to win the Nations Cup. He left the continent after winning, went to club, managing clubs, but I think he's found love, he's found joy on the continent. He's come back, went to Morocco, and everybody's like, I'm sure that his stock will rise after this competition. A lot of people will say, okay, since you are the only one that can win the Nations Cup, why not come and coach us?
Right.
Go to the Nations Cup and perhaps we'll win it again.
I know. So at this competition, we expected so much from the host, Gabon. They crashed out from the group phases. From the group phase, we were expecting Côte d'Ivoire to play admirable football. They couldn't even make it from the group phase. Alfred, Algeria, with all the stars, everywhere you look at, you see a star, also couldn't make it from the group phase. I'm saying it as simple. African football is getting competitive every day.
The gulf between the established teams, as it were, and the ones you call the also runs, it's closing by the day. The things you know, the other man knows even more than you think. and you see, the good thing is those who have a way of organizing their football setup take advantage of this, because everybody out there is looking for the next Cristiano Ronaldo. Everybody out there wants to feature out the next big thing in football, and so the world is a global village as it is now. Technology has made it so easy for you to any part of the world. What do you have there? Who do you have there? Who can you bring to our academy? Who do you have? A talented kid. On the time pass, nobody will want to go to say a country like Guinea-Bissau to go and scout for players. We'll be looking at the Nigeria, Cameroon, Ghana, and the so-called big in quotes nations in football. Now anywhere in the world you have a little talent on YouTube and somebody say, hey, no, can bring this guy over to our academy and work on him, and so it becomes more competitive.
I know
these guys are ready to defend nationality, and the earlier we organize ourselves better, the better for us.
That's right. So that's it. Alfred just put it straightforward. Countries are doing their own bit to get better in this part of the world. We should also do the same. At the Africa Cup of Nations, Togo played good football. Uganda, they were considered a small team, but they played good football and even scored one of the best goals at the competition. Guinea-Bissau, can you remember that stunner from Pikete against Cameroon? That tells you that African football is getting better. We'll take a breather now. When we come back, we'll take a look at what's going on at the Australian Open. What a story! We'll tell you when we come back. Don't go anywhere. Stay.